Evading for the Wildcats, number 8, Malaki Hernandez.
My name is Malaki Hernandez. My parents are Louis and Michelle Hernandez. My grandma is Leilani Davy. My great-grandparents are Herman and Jen Williams Sr. I was a senior at Archbishop Murphy High School. I play baseball. It's just been one of my deepest passions for a really long time.
Malaki started playing baseball when he was really just a toddler, and that really started a chapter in our lives as a family. We would plan our weekends around baseball, we planned vacations around baseball, and it was just something that we all enjoyed.
Tenacious, honestly. Really wanting to always kind of do the right thing and execute. Definitely a lot of want to get better. Right from knowing him, I can remember him asking, right, how can I get better, coach? Whether he's playing infield, outfield, or hitting. I think seeing him a year ago to the player he became at the end of this year is really night and day, and that's a credit to him putting in the work.
I would describe my senior year of baseball as one big roller coaster ride. I played a couple times in the first few games, and I missed one practice, and I stopped playing in the games, and I was just like, why am I even going to practice anymore? And so I stopped showing up for a little bit, and then once I continued going back to the practices, I noticed I still wasn't playing even though I was working my butt off.
There was always Malaki kind of asking me, hey, how can I play? How can I get reps? And I feel like he did it in the right way. He wasn't confrontational. He didn't really make it a big deal outside of when me and him had a conversation coming up to me saying, hey, I want to play. And it seemed like every time I rewarded that and put him in the lineup, he was making it seem like I was a genius by doing an awesome job throughout the entirety of this year, as well as improving from last year and really earning a spot on a very good team.
They just kept winning and they just kept advancing. Had more opportunities to be on the field and to be with each other and have this experience of going to state and being the district champions and making it to the Great 8. And it almost made up for the last 2 wonky years of baseball.
Number 8, Malaki Hernandez.
The game was very hectic to me because I knew that it mattered a lot and everybody else did, but I was trying to just do what I could normally do, and I did. I got a hit when it mattered, and I got a walk. I had good at-bats. I got struck out on a nasty slider, though. But that strikeout was a drop third strike, and I was just running to the base, full of adrenaline, so I didn't feel much. And once I got thrown out, I noticed that there was something wrong with my knee, and it was very hard to put pressure on it. And it kind of sunk in, knowing that I'm not going to be able to play in the next game.
It was so weird because Malaki has literally never been injured in a baseball game before. And so for him to be injured and watching him and the despair, thinking that, maybe that previous game was his last game, and then me thinking that the previous game was the last and not even knowing it, was so tough.
I stayed in his ear before the game, and I said, we're going to need you for an at-bat. He was one of, if not our hottest hitters at the end of the year, so I knew even in a game like that where maybe he couldn't give it 7 innings playing in the outfield, he was going to be able to make an impact. And obviously the game didn't really go our way. He was still able to come in, and I thought that was a really cool moment. Him kind of knowing that was his last at-bat and being able to step up.
Evading for the Wildcats, number 8, Malaki Hernandez.
To be able to get one last at-bat my entire baseball career was exhilarating, even though I knew that once I was at first and there was already one out, it was really upsetting to me because I wish I would have been able to do more in the game, and I couldn't. But I'm happy I was able to perform in my one opportunity.
I was really emotional right after it. I realized that was the last at-bat that I would likely ever watch him do again, and it just kind of hit me way before it hit any of the boys on the field.
Before the game was over, I noticed that people were already starting to tear up, and after the game, people were crying. And I knew that I needed some sort of composure to just kind of get through it and stay strong and stand by them. And the younger kids were crying because, like, they were upset. They wanted it all. And I don't blame them. I was very disappointed that we weren't able to do it. But I hugged it out with them, and I told them that I was proud of them, proud of the season they had, and that they'll get it next year because they're a good group of players.
I'm just going to miss being there. I'm going to miss, the parents, watching him play more than anything, recapping in the car with him after games. There's been so many long weekends and late nights and early mornings. I'm just going to miss all of it. I really am.
Through baseball and through the team aspect, we can kind of teach kids a ton of life lessons and what the real life is like before they get there. Hopefully he can take some of that with him in the next few years and go tackle college.
I'm still not exactly sure what I want to do in my life. I guess that's something I'll figure out in my journey into college. I will be attending Western Washington University next fall. It is a hard school to get into, but I've maintained a 3.0 throughout COVID, and getting accepted into Western was very big for me because it was just a moment of relief.
Malaki's role here in the family is the big brother. I think that he has set the bar. I think that he's made them see that it is possible to do all of the things at the same time. His sister Amaya is entering Archbishop Murphy in the fall, and he's paved a path for her.